several reasons, but experts say the top of the list is the nature of Virginia being a swing state. By picking Tim Kaine, Clinton may be trying to appeal to any undecided voters right here in the Commonwealth. But as Lynch pointed out, picking Kaine may also be an attempt by Clinton to improve her image. Following a tough primary campaign and a federal investigation over her email server, Lynch says Clinton's pick of Kaine, first and foremost, may be to appear more likable to voters.
Presidential candidates look for certain things in a vice presidential running mate, and one of those things is balance. Tim Kaine is known primarily as a nice guy, and even Mrs. Clinton's supporters acknowledge that she has a problem with people just simply not liking her very much. Nobody dislikes Tim Kaine.
Lynch says Kaine is a moderate Democrat, something that will not help bridge the divide with the supporters of her opponent during the primary, Bernie Sanders. But Lynch says that may be because she doesn't think she needs to.
Clinton is signaling to the Sanders voters that she does not have to move in their direction. She does not have to pick a vice president from their end of the party in order to get their votes. With Donald Trump in the running, they really have nowhere else to go.
As Clinton's pick was announced Friday night, Virginia Governor Terry McAuliffe quickly released a statement saying, quote, "I am thrilled to congratulate my friend Senator Tim Kaine on his selection to join the Democratic ticket with Hillary Clinton. This is a proud day for every Virginian." McAuliffe will be the one selecting Kaine's successor in the U.S. Senate if Clinton wins the election this November. Lynch says if he was governor, he'd be celebrating for more than one reason.
I would appoint myself. There is a Democratic lieutenant governor, so he doesn't have to worry about the governor's mansion going into the hands of the other party. He does not have that much more time as governor. He can't run for another term as governor. If he wants to have a continued statewide political career, it's the United States Senate. If there's an easy way there, why not take it?
Well, Clinton and Kaine will be appearing on stage for the first time tomorrow at Florida International University in Miami. In studio, Rob Manch, WSLS 10.